Coronation Street extends Becky's story with new update on Costello. Coronation Street delivered yet another explosive twist in Becky Swain's chilling storyline tonight, pushing the troubled detective's arc into even darker territory and setting the stage for a fierce battle of truth, betrayal, and survival. The latest episode peeled back more layers of deception as Lisa continued her desperate search for answers in the brutal attack on Costello, unaware that the real threat is standing right beside her. The episode opened with Lisa struggling through exhaustion as she updated Becky on the newest development in the investigation. Police now believe that a man known as Soap, real name Darren Dasmalloy, may be responsible for the violent assault. Becky maintained an innocent facade, pretending she barely recognized the nickname. However, moments later, viewers learned that her performance was nothing more than another carefully crafted lie when she met up with Soap in secret. Their clandestine meeting revealed just how deeply Becky is entangled in the attack and how far she is willing to go to keep her crimes hidden. She urgently warned Soap that the police were closing in, but he had his own bombshell to deliver. He handed Becky both of Costello's phones, his personal mobile and his burner. The moment was tense, with Becky snapping at him for allowing the phone to be switched on, knowing full well that its signal could lead straight back to them. Every second those devices remained active put her entire web of lies at risk. Just as the tension peaked, distant sirens began to echo across the street. Becky and Soap exchanged a panicked look before bolting in opposite directions, leaving viewers holding their breath as the chase intensified. Back at the station, the fallout continued. Kit Green found Lisa asleep at her desk, a sign of just how consumed she has become by the case. When he informed her that Soap had managed to slip through the grasp once again, Lisa's frustration grew. Her instincts told her something wasn't adding up. Was Soap receiving inside help? And if so, who within their orbit was protecting him? Kit urged her to go home, insisting she was running on fumes. But while Lisa was forced to rest, Becky was working overtime to protect her secret. Back at her flat, she hurriedly tried to break into Costello's phone, only narrowly hiding it when Lisa unexpectedly appeared. But the night took an even darker turn when Lisa revealed the one piece of information Becky feared most. Costello was being brought out of his coma. The news sent shockwaves through Becky's already crumbling composure. If Costello regained the ability to speak, her entire house of cards could collapse in seconds. Consumed by panic, she rushed to the hospital under the guise of concern, but her true intention was far more sinister. In a chilling sequence, Becky slipped into Costello's room, grabbed a syringe, and prepared to silence him forever. The tension was palpable as she hovered over her unconscious mentor, ready to administer a lethal dose. But just as she was about to act, Lisa walked in, forcing Becky to conceal the syringe and transform back into her performance of grief, loyalty, and innocence. Lisa's suspicions were beginning to simmer, though she couldn't yet put her finger on what felt off. As Costello's eyelids began to flicker, signaling signs of life, Lisa ushered Becky out of the room immediately. The subtle shift in Lisa's tone made one thing clear. She no longer fully trusted Becky, even if she wasn't ready to say it aloud. Feeling cornered, Becky made a snap decision. She packed her bags, preparing to flee before the truth caught up to her. For a moment, it seemed she might slip away for good, but in a twist of fate, Lisa called with news that stopped Becky in her tracks. Costello was awake, but unable to speak. The threat of exposure had been delayed, but only temporarily. Becky's relief was short-lived as the investigation continued to tighten its grip. Police soon tracked down Soap, hauling him in for questioning. Despite the mounting pressure, he stayed silent, refusing to give investigators a single name. Whether out of loyalty, fear, or self-preservation remains unclear, but his silence gave Becky a temporary lifeline. Meanwhile, elsewhere in Weatherfield, another layer of the unfolding drama was set into motion. Carla Connor and Kit Green moved forward with their plan to expose Becky once and for all. Convinced that Becky was hiding something and determined to prove it, they devised a strategy that brought Carla directly back into the heart of the chaos. Carla returned home with a bold announcement. She was moving back into the house. She told Lisa she was exhausted from hotel living and needed a sense of normalcy, pushing Lisa out of the shared room and forcing her to bunk with her daughter, Betsy. But beneath Carla's confident smile was a more calculated purpose. She wasn't returning to rebuild bridges, she was returning to watch Becky like a hawk. Her presence in the home marked a major shift in the power dynamics. Becky, already on edge, now found herself surrounded by people who were quietly closing in on her. Every hallway, every conversation, every glance carried new weight. And Carla, never one to mince words or back down from a challenge, was ready for whatever sparks flew next. Tonight's episode underscored just how precarious Becky's situation has become. The walls are tightening, the lies are piling up, and her once careful manipulations are slipping through her fingers. Costello remains unable to speak. Soap sits silently in police custody, and Lisa inches closer to the truth. The stage is set for an explosive showdown that could redefine several relationships across Weatherfield.
Thanks for watching and stay tuned for more movie spoilers next week. Goodbye and see you again.